All right. Well, thank you all for coming out to Community Cooking with the Co-op. My name's Paul Addis. I'm a librarian at the Coos Bay Public Library. With me tonight is my coworker, Joshua Whitty. And then we have our partners at the Coos Head Food Co-op, Tim Bolster there in the back, the outreach person at the co-op. And tonight we have special guests, Sam Baugh and Alex Baugh. I just wanted to mention really quick that Sam Baugh works for a local organization named Advanced Health. And if any of you guys got vouchers to cook along tonight, those were via a grant we got from a chip grant we got from Advanced Health to provide these free ingredients. So we wanted to thank Sam and Alex for cooking, and especially Sam and Advanced Health for the vouchers as well. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the cooks in the kitchen.
All right. Hey, so hopefully all of you were told to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Okay, that's the first thing you have to do. If you haven't done it, do it now.
Por favor.
And that'll be for our potato bowl, right?
That will be for our potato bowl. The potato bowl is going to take about 45 minutes to cook. And so if you haven't started that yet, you'll be waiting. Your soup will get cold while you're waiting for your potato to cook. Okay? So
Preheat now.
Preheat now. In 3, 2, 1, go. And I'll give everybody just a second to do that.
Yes.
So why Hungarian mushroom soup sandwich? What was the inspiration?
What was the inspiration? Okay, so when we first talked about this, right, it was back in October, and I was like, oh, I need to do a stew. A stew's great.
Yeah, cold weather.
Cold weather, we're going to be in January. Everybody wants a warm soup. And then I realized, well, Jamar did a stew, and I don't want to do 2 stews back to back, right?
Yeah.
And so I was kind of going through my things that we do, and I was actually making a mushroom gravy.
I like mushroom gravy.
And I said, why don't we just do the Hungarian mushroom soup? It's awesome. And so I was making mushroom gravy that night, came up with, we looked up some things, and I'm like, I want a soup with mushrooms in it.
Oh, this is going to be good. Okay,
So this is good.
what's the plan with these potatoes?
So
the first step.
first step.
And when I was going to jump in really quick, Sam, and let people know, you can either put your questions in chat or respectfully unmute and ask the chefs. Thank you. Go ahead, Sam.
All right, first thing you need, grab a fork in your potato. Okay, 2 things. And you're going to take your fork, you're going to stab it in there.
Carefully.
Carefully. Okay, you don't have to. You can spread them out a little bit, Give it, a nice couple of pokes everywhere.
There we go.
I'm gonna pop that in just like that. Boom,
This is,
boom.
I assume, to get the heat inside.
Yeah, what it does is it kind of works like that convection where it kind of gets that into the middle.
Nice.
Okay. All right, that's
Okay.
probably enough there. Okay, and then get yourself a piece of aluminum foil. Boom. And a little bit of olive oil. And we're gonna just put a little bit of olive oil on there.
Okay.
And we're going to grab a little bit of salt. Not much. Yep, you can sprinkle that. And just a tap of pepper. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that potato. No, you can do yours. And we're going to actually roll it around in that olive oil.
Nice.
I have me a little spray bottle here, so I usually
there you
just
go.
put that in there. You can see the salt and pepper, and we're just going to wrap that bad boy up, right?
Nice.
Fold that over, and wrap. Okay. So we're going to do another one.
Oh, how does that work?
This one actually.
Oh, nice. Great.
This is my spray bottle. I
That's
got
handy.
this.
Yeah.
I don't like the aerosol cans so much, so I got one of these, and I just spray that. Okay, and so again, we're going to get some oil on our thing. We're going to put in our salt.
Lynn, we're just getting started. Did you want to cook along?
No.
Okay, cool. You can make it later.
Again, we're going to grab a little bit of pepper, throw it out on there. Not a whole lot, okay? Again, make sure that potato is covered in that olive oil. Again, we're going to wrap that. I find it best if you just lean it back to the end. Roll that bad boy up, okay?
Did you pierce the potatoes?
Yeah,
did.
he stabbed it with a fork a number of times.
Okay, because we just came in and our speakers weren't working.
That's
Yeah.
all right. Do you have your oven preheating at 400, Joanne?
We'll do that right now.
Yep.
So the good thing about the fork is if you had a rough day and somebody's really aggravated, take that on the potato. Okay.
Watch your hand.
Watch your hand.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to take these over to the oven. We're going to put them in.
So Joanne and those that just came in, he just pierced it a lot with the fork and then he rolled it. What kind of oil did he use, Alex? Olive oil?
Olive
Yeah,
oil,
or
yeah.
olive oil.
He had a spray bottle, but you could just put a little on the foil and roll the potato around in it before you wrap it up in the foil.
Okay,
Okay, we'll get that done right now.
Awesome.
All right.
we got our wine now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen any wine yet.
It's a good thing it's a good thing to have wine in the recipe, right?
If you had a bad day, wine helps. Okay, so Alex, we know you like to bake. Do you help your dad cook in the kitchen a lot?
Yeah,
Do you have a favorite thing you like to help cook?
Yeah, we need
a
to.
Dutch baby.
Dutch? What is a Dutch?
Dutch babies. All right. So Dutch babies. You want to explain it or you want me to?
It's basically like this cake with a ton of eggs, and it's for breakfast. And it's really good with powdered sugar. It's
They're also called oven puffed pancakes, Dutch baby. We said
Cool.
Dutch
Oh, I
babies.
see. Yeah.
Egg cake, whatever you want to call it. All right. Next step, we're going to go with turning on your heating element to a medium. We're going to go to medium to a medium high. We're just going to let that warm up while we.
In a second, we'll put some butter in.
Yep.
And start kind of sauteing some mushrooms and things like that. Okay.
Okay. So while we're waiting for that to warm up, we're going to take our onion. Okay. One medium large onion will get us the 2 cups that are on the list. Okay.
Excellent.
So
Dice that up.
we're going to dice that up.
Okay.
Get that set up for you. And while we do this, we're going to do some knife skills tonight too, guys.
You want to make it claw with your hands, so then you don't chop off your fingers.
Definitely.
That's
Chopping of the
important.
finger.
And we always have that tricky onion peel.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
First layer.
That first layer
Yeah.
that, so sometimes you can just pull off that whole.
So right now we have our stovetop heating up, kind of heating our pot up, chopping the onion, getting that ready to go.
Yep.
And we have our compost bucket.
Compost bucket.
And Alex, you already have a new subscriber to your YouTube channel.
Woo!
There you go.
All right.
Okay, so we dice that up.
So we're going to look at some, you want to get it down here on your thing? So there's some easy ways to make sure you don't cut your finger off. You can see the Band-Aid on my finger. It's because I didn't cut my finger off. But so there's a couple ways to do this. You can go down and don't quite cut your onion all the way through. Okay, just
Okay.
a little bit at the end.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you're cutting almost all the way down.
Almost
Not
all the way
quite.
down. I'm not quite hitting that chopping board. Okay, and then we're just going to rock this back and forth.
Okay.
You're kind of clawing your fingers,
Yes,
right?
you turn, you make that claw with your fingers.
That's an interesting technique. I've not seen that before. I mean, that's the
And then
fingers
you
I
can
have,
just-
but not the way you're cutting the onion.
And
Yeah,
then
me
you
either.
rock that back and forth, right?
Yeah, that's working out really well.
And see, it
Nice.
pretty much makes itself diced.
Nice.
Okay.
Very cool.
Tim learned something tonight. Awesome.
I learn something every time I come to one of these cooking classes.
Likewise.
Don't need that.
Every time. One of my favorite ones was how to chop a bell pepper up really well.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in the future, we'll show that again. Life change. I used to hate cutting bell peppers. Now it's my favorite thing to do.
Awesome.
We're
That's
gonna,
why we come together.
Exactly. Yeah.
so as we do that,
There. Is that enough for me?
that's enough for you. And
How are all the cooks doing? Everybody doing good? Cool. Feel free to unmute and ask questions if not.
Okay, so we're for those that missed it, and you can actually do it this direction and this direction. but you just kind of slice that in just a little bit, not all the way through.
The jar's in our way, Tim, with the blue lid. Oh, there we go. Alan's on it.
Okay, I got
Okay.
it. I got it.
So you're not
Oh my
going,
God. I forgot to mention our cameraman, Alan Bartle, in the background that makes all these different views happen. So apologies, Alan.
that's
Yes,
all right.
thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
If you could see this setup, it's incredibly professional here. Really, it is.
It's
And
so
so
awesome.
once you slice that onion most of the way through, you're just gonna take that and you're just gonna run that down,
Cool.
Awesome.
okay? All right.
So our
Onions are pretty much done. You can see that one medium to medium large onion will get you about 2 cups.
Cool.
Okay. Now I'm gonna throw that in there.
Yeah. So now what, oil
So-
in the pot or are we?
Nope.
Okay, I'm getting ahead.
You're getting ahead of yourself. I'm going to actually put these into a bowl because if you put it all together too quickly, you're going to burn your butter.
Right.
Okay.
So you're gonna keep the onions aside for a second.
Put the onions aside for just a second.
And Sam, just remind us what's going on in the burner right now.
It's just heating up.
It's just heating up.
Haven't
It's
even-
empty though, right?
What's that?
It's empty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. And of course, we have to start our mushrooms.
Excellent.
Come on.
Shroom
And the
time.
mushrooms are really easy. I love mushrooms. They're so easy to cut, right? I'm going to move those so you can
They
actually
smell
see.
great when cooking.
So we're just going to cut those through. Okay.
How many onions would you cut, Sam?
1 onion.
We cut
Sorry,
one onion,
mushrooms. I meant mushrooms.
1 pound worth. So however
Pound.
that
For
is.
us, we have various sizes. We probably have 10 mushrooms, maybe.
If you're going with the small little cremant, whatever they're called.
Yeah, then you need
How
more.
many?
You know, it's usually 1 to 2 of those pre-made small boxes.
Okay.
Roughly a pound if you can.
About a
accommodate.
pound, all right.
And a fun fact about mushrooms is it's best to keep them in a paper bag in your refrigerator rather than a plastic bag.
Ah,
Yeah.
Because they will rot faster in a plastic bag.
mushrooms will rot faster in a plastic
Yeah.
bag.
So
Wow.
I always put them in a paper bag and that way they'll stay fresher longer.
And you put them in the fridge.
Yeah, in the fridge so they'll breathe.
Oh, cool.
Does that prevent the outside from getting like slimy?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Put them in a plastic bag, they'll get all slimy on
I
the
do
outside.
hate it when that happens.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah.
They'll go bad fast.
Those chopping techniques are good. They're moving fast with these mushrooms.
Okay.
Nice.
That looks like a big pile of mushrooms, but don't worry, we'll get to it, okay? All right, so Lexi's done with all the mushrooms. She chopped all those mushrooms pretty quick.
Good
Now,
job.
butter, okay? You need
Butter.
4 tablespoons of butter, which is about 1/4 of a cup. And since this one's not measured, I'm just gonna say, hey, there's 1/4 of a cup.
Eyeball it, we err on the side of more butter. Why not?
Yes.
And you know, if you're not a butter person, you can do it with olive oil. You can do it with, you know, just about any. I like the butter because it gives it that nice brown color when we get to the end.
Yeah.
But we're just going to get that in there. We're going to start that butter going.
Ooh, it's already melting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Heat if you like.
Yeah, we're just going to go with a nice medium heat. You don't want to burn it. You don't, you know. Okay. So once our butter's going, you see the butter going, we're going to throw in our onions.
Yeah.
Go in there. And our mushrooms.
All
Okay.
right.
Onions, mushrooms, and butter are all in
Onion,
the pot
mushrooms,
with
and butter.
3 things in the pot so far.
So far.
And that's gonna smell good when it's all cooking.
I
together.
bet.
I will tell you, this smells amazing. Every
Yeah.
time I've done it,
I bet.
my kids that don't like mushrooms are like, hey, that really smells good. Of
Yeah.
course it does.
So we learned Alex's favorite thing to cook. I mean, we know you love this, but is there something else, like a staple that you really like to make?
You know,
Do a signature dish.
I don't know. I have a lot of things I like to do. A nice roast sometimes.
A roast. I have a lot of fond memories of the house smelling really good when a
Right.
roast was cooking. And
Yeah.
I made a white chicken chili last night. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And but My wife married me because of my chicken cordon bleu.
Oh, nice.
Okay, not exactly. She,
It was a bonus.
It was
It
a
was a
bonus.
bonus.
Yeah, it didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt. So we're just gonna stir that. We want those to reduce. It's, you know, a nice saute in there. If it's
Sure.
not sauteing enough, you can add a little bit more butter. You may add that in. Yay, okay. And so now we're gonna let that reduce. We're gonna just let it stir and cook for about, 8 to 10 minutes. Where did our garbage can go? There it is, here.
So someone named Andrea said one of the many reasons I love him is because he can cook.
I recognize that name. It's somebody I know. Oh, that's who it was. That's right.
Hey, Sam, we got a question. Cindy wanted to know, can you suggest subbing other veggies for the mushroom? She said she has a mushroom hater in the house.
Well, I have a hard time subbing mushrooms out of a mushroom soup. I don't know. I don't know if there is a good substitute for mushrooms. I'm going to open that up to the crowd. I mean,
Of course, the fun thing is too, you can always just try things, you know, I mean, like, I
Sure.
wonder if you just put carrots and different root vegetables in there with all the same ingredients, how it might turn out, we don't know, you know. But,
Steph, are you there? Are you there, Steph? Can you think of a substitute for shrooms?
Yeah, no, not really. And here's why. Shrooms offer the umami flavor, and they also have kind of an oily texture that really is specific.
Unique.
to shrooms. You know, so yeah, there's no really good substitute. I have an allergy to mushrooms as well, but I still sneak them in because they're one of a kind. I mean, there's a bunch of different kinds of mushrooms. You might find a different mushroom that you like.
Sure.
You know, like for example, what did I do? I did
Lion's
the
mane.
cake recipe.
Lion's
with,
mane.
lion's mane. Holy cow, that was just amazing, and it didn't taste like a mushroom at all.
Those were like those veggie crab cake type things, right?
Right, the veggie
Yeah.
crab cakes that I made with we got the recipe on our P podcast from one of our students that it tastes just like a crab cake, but doesn't taste anything like a mushroom. So you might find, there's a bunch of different mushrooms, and I believe,
A king oyster is like really good one, kind of like a scallop.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Katie was looking into mushrooms, so I don't know. She's not here, right?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
All right. Well, yeah, sorry, no real good substitute.
Andrea said we've substituted squash for mushrooms before, but it was in another type of soup.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're cooking along and you have other things that you want to try, I would say,
Yeah.
Go
give
for
it
it.
a shot and see what happens, you know, but
We're all about making it your own.
absolutely.
absolutely. Okay, so if you've seen me kind of stirring this, I prefer something soft. Otherwise, you're going to crush your mushrooms.
Oh, right.
So I'm this little plastic spatula, and you just get that and just kind of stir that around. You can see the onions are kind of almost turning translucent. I don't know which camera you want me to go to.
Go overhead.
All right.
Yeah, I always see that in a recipe. It's like
So if you
cook
come
until
up
the
there, you
onions
can
are.
see that's
Oh,
translucent. We're not quite there. It does take about 5 to 10 minutes to get that where you want, depending on your heat. Mine's a little slower cooking, so I'm turning up the heat just a little bit.
Joanna and Steve asked about tofu. Would that be a good substitute?
Oh, actually, that would, except for you have to then add the flavor.
That's what I think. Yeah.
It would give you the right consistency and texture, but you have to add the flavor.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Yeah. And
Keith, flavor, right?
Keith mentioned zucchini as a substitute, like Andrea had mentioned the squash, you know.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion too.
I like that suggestion. We might have to give it a try sometime.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. I don't think you can hear us, but it's sizzling kind of nicely. So we're just going to let that sit. We're going to talk for, another 5 minutes.
So Sam, do you have any
You got
thoughts?
that on medium heat now, Sam?
I actually moved it up to a little medium high.
Okay.
And
No, this is kind of like, what would you call it,
a little hot plate.
plate? it takes a little extra heat for us to make it happen. For a lot of you, it's probably medium heat's great, but
Cool, thanks.
we're working on a little thing here. So
When I do it at home, it's usually a medium-ish.
right.
heat,
So now we're getting that sizzling going.
Yeah, we're getting that sizzling going. The ones in the bottom are almost there, but you can see in that overhead how much it's already reduced, right?
Yeah.
We were stacked up about 3/4 of the way through that pot. Now we're down just a little under half.
Oh yeah, it's definitely reducing.
So Alex, do you have a favorite thing to bake? We know you like to bake.
Probably like chocolate chip cookies on the channel.
Yeah, that would be a good dessert for this meal we're making right now.
It really
Chocolate.
would.
I like them when they're right out of the oven.
I like them cold.
I want to burn my tongue. Chocolate chip cookies.
I like them a little bit cold and dunked in a glass of milk.
Oh yeah,
Glass milk, yeah.
it's a good combo, cookie, chocolate, and milk.
To me, a cookie, if it's soft, has to be warm. But if it's cool, I want it more crisp.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah.
I like the edges more crisp and the middle more soft.
Oh yeah, it's a good combo.
So where's your love of cooking come from, Sam? Or your love of food, or
Oh my goodness. You can tell I eat well, but
As you should.
as I should. We started at a young-ish age in my house cooking. I usually did one meal a week for my family at home, starting probably her age or just a little bit younger, and just started enjoying time cooking. At one point in my life, I actually wanted to be an executive chef. I got a job in a restaurant. I was doing things along that line, and I realized something. When I cook something, it should be done the way it is, and I hated people that would send things back because it wasn't cooked the way they liked it.
you wanted to go
You're so picky.
It's the hours of working in a restaurant. I think it would be so cool to be a chef, but man, you must work those late hours. You probably work weekends. It seems like
You work weekends.
if you're trying to have a family or anything like that, it would be a difficult job to hour-wise to make work.
Definitely.
It was, and so I convinced myself that was not where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But it's continued on. I absolutely still enjoy cooking. My wife put out a thing saying she loves me because I cook, and it usually got stress relief, right? At the end of a long day, she'll tell you at the end of a long day, she knew how hard my day was by how elaborate her meal was. But now that I have kids, and they're going 100 different directions all of the time, it's a little less.
Yeah.
I don't know where I started to like cooking. I don't know when I started to like cooking. I
But
don't
you
know.
like it, huh?
Yeah, I just started helping my dad.
Okay, so we're almost there. So we're going to start. We want our thyme. If you have fresh thyme or any of the ingredients, I don't know how many of you are actually work with fresh herbs.
Mhm.
If you don't, you just take your thumbnail. Okay, I'm going to move that so you can see, and you just pull that through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just taking all the leaves right off.
Okay, and that leaves you that which you don't want to eat anyway. So we're just going to put that over in the
Compost bucket.
compost bucket.
That is, when I picked it up, I was thinking to myself, would I just chop this up, or do I have to remove all these?
No, you have to.
individual
Yeah, you
leaves?
just move
Well,
all
you make
the.
it easy. Yeah, you just scrape them right off.
Just kind of scrape them right off. You want to make sure you.
I learned a similar
Go with
technique
the grain.
to like kale, because like kind of the stalk of kale can be, you can't really eat it. It's hard to eat, and so you take a knife and you do a similar thing. You just kind of
Shave it off. Yeah.
on it and peel it right off.
Yeah.
I love finding easy ways to do this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's so simple, so easy. You just pull that off. You smell that?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah,
I love the
that
smell.
smells great.
Of that fresh
Rosemary
thyme.
is one of my favorite
I like rosemary.
Smells in terms of herbs and things like that.
Okay, we only need about 2 teaspoons, and that's about 1, so we're gonna keep going. So if anybody, if you don't have the fresh thyme, you don't necessarily have to spend time, pulling the leaves off.
And herbs are a good way to like kind of experiment, see what works. I mean, like I feel like rosemary again could work good in a dish like
It
this.
could. I think it really could.
Oregano, maybe.
I have a dry spot on there I don't like. Okay, so that's probably enough. I mean, that's, you want to measure that? Oh, we want 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons.
Where's the teaspoon?
One that says TSP.
Oh,
It's on you, it's your blue. Lexi had to bring her, see, that's 1.
A chef has to have their own tools.
Yep,
Definitely.
no measuring.
so you can see that's 1. We're gonna
Color coded. I like it.
I know.
dump it in.
Okay, so that one is
Beautiful colors. I love it.
Three.
And there's our second one. We're just gonna throw that in there.
nice.
I forgot to, okay, let's go back to this one. You can see how translucent those onions are now. Move that up
Camera,
here,
right
up
up
there.
there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you can pretty much see right through those. Yummy.
Good.
It tastes good.
So our thyme is in the pot now. We're mixing that up.
Our
with
thyme is in the
mushrooms and
pot.
Onions.
We also want our paprika, okay?
You know, I learned something interesting about paprika, and I don't know if it's common knowledge or not, but I used to think paprika, I don't know what I thought it was, but it's red peppers. It's just dried, ground, often like bell peppers.
I
That's
had
what
no idea myself.
Yeah, I thought it was like a root, or I don't know, I thought, but it's essentially just dried, ground up red peppers.
We
I had
want
no idea.
Blew my mind when I learned that.
So we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of paprika,
All right.
which is about, that much. Right there.
Which is a great spice to use.
We absolutely love it.
Nice.
If you want, you can just eyeball it. I mean, I eyeball a lot of stuff, so.
That's
All right.
the fun part of cooking.
That is the fun part of cooking. If you have something you
Just eyeball it.
just eyeball it. All right. And then we're adding our vegetable or chicken stock. We're using organic vegetable by, I don't know if we're doing the
Specific food.
specific foods. All right. So we're we're adding that 2 cups. You want to put 2 cups of 2 cups of chicken broth, chicken stock. Okay, that's 1. That way.
So Joshua put in veggie stock. I'm assuming people could use veggie stock if they didn't eat chicken.
That's what we're using actually here.
Yeah, we're actually using a vegetable stock.
Oh, okay, cool.
Chicken or vegetable.
Joshua's obviously listening better than me.
Okay, there you go. All right, our soy sauce. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. That's yellow. Okay. So get you 2 tablespoons.
2
of soy sauce.
tablespoons
Put
of
it in
soy
there.
sauce.
We're gonna put it in
I know, I'm just pouring it over this.
there. Okay,
Smart.
This
Don't spill.
smart. Okay.
Nice. The soy sauce is bulk here in the co-op, which is nice. I'm gonna buy a whole bottle of it.
Yeah.
Measure out what I needed.
Measure out. It's all good.
Love.
And then we are going to have a 1/2 cup of white wine. Boom. And I just happen to have this cooking at this white wine at home, and it has a 1/2 cup in it. So
Cool.
I told Tim, we're just going to put enough in there to make everybody happy.
It's cooking wine, so then the alcohol leaves it.
And I was looking at substitutes for white wine, just out of curiosity. I was wondering what a substitute would be. Some of them got white wine vinegar. That makes sense. They said like more chicken or veggie broth is actually a good substitute
Oh,
for
okay.
white wine. If you just use broth, that's a good substitute. apple cider vinegar, or this is an interesting one, ginger ale, they said was a good, and by they, I mean the internet.
Right.
Said
We believe 100% of what the
was a
internet
good
tells
substitute
us.
for white wine in cooking. Ginger ale has a similar like sweet and like dry quality to it.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
Starla says you have great teaching skills, Sam,
Awesome.
which we all appreciate.
I forgot to add in my dill, okay? So we want 2 teaspoons of dried dill. We're going back,
All right.
Blue.
going back to blue.
Of course, Joanne said, sorry, guys, there's no substitute for wine.
Good point.
Yeah.
Just drink a ginger ale.
Boom, there you go. All right, and so we're just going to mix all that in. Also, we're going to raise your heat up just a little bit, okay? Actually, let's take that up to a high. We're going to wait for that to get to a nice, almost boil.
Cool.
You'll see the bubbles just starting to form, and then we're going to turn that down to a low and just let it simmer for about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, so we should be getting, but what other questions you got for me while we're waiting for that?
I can't remember. Did we set a timer for the potato?
No, but that should be done in about 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
And 5:30, 45 minutes is what we were in.
Yeah, we put it in at about 5:35-ish.
Okay.
And so we're at 6:10 or 6:05, so it's been about half hour.
Cool.
What we might do, we might actually take this and move it over to the stove top, because I think it boils a little better on stove top. Is what the
Well, we're almost there.
Oh, okay.
We really are almost there.
Crank that thing all the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got nice and brown. It just looks good. It's brown with the mushrooms in there, and
Yeah.
thyme, dill.
It's delicious.
How does it smell? Smell good?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right?
It smells amazing.
So Stephanie was saying you may be able to substitute kombucha for wine. She said you will kill off the healthy gut microbes, but you'll get a similar flavor.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, I could see that. Thanks,
One thing
Stephanie.
I love as I cook more and more is figuring out like the things I need to have in my kitchen all the time. Do you have stuff in your kitchen that like have to be there all the time?
You know, like
Because you use them
ingredients.
so much.
Are you
Yeah.
meaning ingredients or utensils?
Let's start with ingredients. So what are some ingredients you always
You know,
Potatoes.
butter, onions, potatoes, yeah, all of those very staple-ish kind of
Right.
stuff.
We also have like a ton of stuff in our garage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, soy sauce is one for me. That's one I always have to have.
we usually have a
Different
lot
kinds
of
of
soy
vinegar.
sauce. Put this into there. Just cleaning up my station while we're doing.
Nice.
I have to have various hot sauces.
Hot sauces, yeah.
I have quite a few hot sauces in my.
Sam made a good point. Like while we're standing here waiting for our soup to boil, he's taking a second to clean his area up. So if you have things to wash, and, this is the perfect time to take.
Yep. That way you can eat when you're done.
Yes.
You don't have to
So
clean
no
up.
fun to have a sink full of dishes when you're all
Or
done.
you don't have as much to clean up
We
afterwards.
were going to go over some other things.
Oh, okay.
So my Band-Aid's coming off, so I'm going to pull that off before it falls off into the soup. That would be no good. Okay,
So you're gonna sharpen this knife.
I'm going to sharpen the knife. I have here, I don't know where my camera's at. Okay,
Oh, we see it.
I have just a regular knife sharpening thing. I mean, you can see the,
Yeah.
you see how it goes. I'm going to wipe this off real quick. Always work with a sharp knife. Everybody's like, oh, I'll cut myself on a sharp knife. Well, more accidents are caused because of dull knives because you're putting a lot more effort into
We're
it.
having to work hard.
Oh, right.
Oh, sharpen your knife. Get yourself a steel, and you have your thing, and you're going to go in at about a 45-degree angle, and you're just going to slide it right along there. Okay?
Okay.
Come back that other direction. And you'll see people,
Right.
but you have to make sure it's really coming in at that. You want me to?
At that angle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of a tricky skill. can't it?
It can. I mean, you have to work on it if you want to do it fast. We'll do it down here. So we're going to go at that angle, back and forth. Okay. And you can feel that blade. You want to touch that real quick? Just. Yeah. You feel that edge on that?
Ooh.
Most of my knives are always kept sharp.
I know, now I have like maybe 4 or 5 knives, you know, and there's one that I just never grab anymore because I know it's gotten dull, you know, so I really should learn the skill.
Me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, simple and easy. It looks like this is, I mean, you see,
Oh, yeah.
you want to bring that over here, you can see these bubbles just starting. See the bubbles just starting right there? And,
Oh, yeah.
so now we're going to turn it down and we're going to go to, on this, I'm going to put it to a medium, but you guys probably want a medium low to a low, depending on whatever your stove is like. And we're just going to let that sit and simmer for just, about 5 more minutes. We want that to reduce into about half of what it is right now.
Cool.
So Sam, in our library of things, we have a lot of cooking utensils for checkout, but we also have a knife sharpener, and it's one of those like little ones you kind of put the knife in. Is the rod style better?
I had me one of those where you drag it through, right?
Yeah, it's kind
It
of
worked
weird.
well for a little while, but it stopped working just because it's like you're pulling it through a pair of scissors, right?
Right.
And those get dull.
That's what I thought.
And where this steel, it never gets dull. It's already dull, but it has the ridges on it, and so it will always sharpen for you.
Yeah, because I've tried the one we have at the library, and I feel like it doesn't work that great. But I'm wondering if we should get one of those, maybe.
Yeah.
I also had like a block before. It looks like it's a rectangular.
Oh,
block.
Yeah, how many?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a little more serious. You really need to have a new edge
I
kind
know.
of it.
right.
And
It's
my
for
last
hardcore
experience
sharpening.
probably,
Right.
I didn't know how to use it, you know.
Hey,
Right.
did anybody have any questions about the recipe or anything else for the chefs or us?
Hopefully we're all kind of in a similar spot, you know, watching our soup start to boil.
Right.
Yep. That's our hope.
And so once the soup is in a good place, right, the final step, I think, right, is pretty much the baked potato going from there.
Right. Well, I mean, we still have a few more ingredients. We're going to be adding some more things as we go.
Cool.
Right. We still have.
Oh, we're going to add some broth and some.
Yeah, we're going to add some. Well, now's a good time to put that in.
Let's go for it.
Okay. So we need to make a thickener. Some people use cornstarch. Some people use flour. I've seen people use like cream cheese. Cream
Ooh.
cheese. Put that in as a thickener. So that's what I did with
Tofu.
Yeah.
Or a tofu.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my chicken chili last night, I used the cream cheese.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take. Hold on. I have to look at my recipe here. I want a cup of milk. We have some milk right here. Okay. We're going to add 1 cup of milk.
Even though there's soy sauce.
There's soy sauce in there. It can go in there. It's fine. It's all
It's
mixed
all going
together.
in the same
It's all
pot.
going in together.
Hold on. You didn't pull out the.
I was wondering why it wasn't pouring.
Sitting out too long.
All right, that's about a cup. There we go. We're going to put that in there. And then we want 3 tablespoons of flour. This one,
This will be nice. This is going to change the color. It's going to be creamier. It's going to be thicker, right?
yeah, let me rinse that out.
So far with the milk in the bowl, we're throwing the flour out.
We want to go with the flour. We want 3 tablespoons of flour. We're going to put that in there.
Oh, yeah, and Stephanie was saying that, or you can puree 1 can of white beans as a thickener, and you'll have extra protein, fiber, and phytonutrients, which I can't say I know what phytonutrients are.
Okay, I put 2 of our 3 tablespoons of flour in. I'm going to mix that in real quick. Whisk it in.
Are you waiting for the 3rd tablespoon?
Well, I don't like to try and mix it all together, otherwise you get lumpy. If you
Oh, sure,
do
sure.
it at once.
So you mix a little bit and then you add more.
Yeah.
Got it.
That makes sense.
We don't want clumpy.
Yeah, suggestion from Stephanie.
Sure.
He's got knowledge. Thank you, Stephanie.
I know, Stephanie is an absolute amazing idea person with all of this.
Yeah, he knows her stuff.
Hey,
Speaking of Steph, she says phyto means plant. Thank you. So nutrients in plants like antioxidants and flavonols, etc.
Flavonols.
hey guys, I have a question from Lynn.
Great.
She's asking that, she's saying that all she has is white wine vinegar. Can she add that? And if so, will it be the same measurements as the white wine?
Yes.
It should be.
Yes, to, yeah, both those questions. You can use that as a direct substitute.
Okay.
Perfect. Do it up, Lynn. Thanks, John.
And the other
Missed
substitute
that one.
I found for white wine was if you have none of those ingredients, you just add a little 3/4 the amount of water just to make sure that the amount of liquid stays consistent, you know.
Cool.
Well, and you and I were talking the other day, you substituted coconut milk.
Right, yeah, so we have milk and flour about to go in. When I cooked it at home, I just to try it, tried coconut milk instead, and it was delicious. So if you're not a dairy person, coconut milk is a great substitute for whole milk.
And coconut milk naturally helps thicken, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a little thicker and it's a little denser. And so I don't know if you can substitute all the way out, but.
And of course, you don't get a strong coconut taste. I mean, you do a little bit, but
Sure.
it really acts as a great kind of just great dairy substitute.
Steph was saying the vinegar helps to lower blood sugars too. So that's an added health benefit there.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So again, we're just waiting for that to reduce down a little bit more.
While we're waiting on that, I have a food related announcement to make. A couple months ago in November, we launched a community fridge at the Coos Bay Public Library, and we now give out free produce to the community Monday through Saturday when we're open till 6 p.m. every day. So if you guys know people that need produce or you need produce yourselves, come on into the library and get some.
Yeah.
That goes for you too, Alex.
Yes.
I have a lot of pears right now. Things are getting quiet. People must be cooking.
Yeah, they're over there trying
We're trying to turn on the oven over here.
Uh-oh.
to get it to work.
Let's just take it back. Yeah, if you get that going, I'll bring it back over. So I was just trying to put it on the bigger stove that had a little more power than the little cooktop here. But yeah, this one isn't. It's not reducing as much as I want it to. Most of you at home probably have it reduced already.
Excuse me.
Is everybody's mixture doing all right?
How are we looking at those? How are we looking?
How's it going, Joanne? Thumbs up. Who else is cooking along? Maxine, how you doing? You're muted. There.
I'm stirring my flour and milk.
Oh, okay. Cool. I think people are still catching up, Sam, so we're good.
Okay.
There's something black floating in it. I think it's a seed from the thyme.
Oh, that's fine.
I hope so.
Well, we'll hope it's time, right? We'll hope it's an identifiable herb that goes in the recipe.
You're right if I move this camera and we'll just kind of
We're
show.
gonna cook it anyway.
Oh, I didn't want to pull it all the way around. All right. So we just have it on the big stove. You can see we've got it back up to a boil. It's
Cool.
We switched locations for higher power.
Yes.
more power. Right. Okay. So we're just, like I said, we're just going to let that reduce just a little bit more. We'll give it 5 more minutes. We're at our 40-ish minute mark. I'm going to check on the potatoes. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's check them taters.
So make sure you grab your Now grab your hot pad thingies. Okay.
Oven.
Oven mitts.
Yes, please don't grab the potato barehanded.
That's still a little hard. We're gonna leave that in there about 10 more minutes or so. I mean, it was starting to just be a little bit soft, but it's still quite.
Big potatoes can be deceptive.
They
how
can.
long they can take.
It really can.
So Cindy said, since I'm cooking in my cast iron skillet, my stuff reduced fast. She said, I ended up subbing in zucchini and peas because she likes peas. She said, it looks yummy and I'm just waiting for those potatoes. Awesome. Good job.
Peas are so great to just add into things because they don't change the dish really that much when you add peas.
Right.
It's funny you said that because we got to taste our recipe for next month because the chef works with us at the library, and he forgot to add peas to his French cottage pie, and it was amazing without. I mean, it'll probably just be a little better once the peas are added, but
Yeah.
So what's the recipe next month?
Next month is a French cottage pie. What exactly goes into that? Paul would know better. He's tried it, but
yes, it's essentially like almost
Shepherd's
like
pie?
a shepherd's pie kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's like vegetables, mushrooms, peas, carrots in like a wine sauce with a mashed potato like bake on top of it with some cheese in there.
it looked really good.
It was amazing.
Delicious.
Yeah, it sounds like comfort food to me.
Oh man.
Indeed.
And I'm historically I don't eat a lot of mushrooms, but this was so good. I just didn't even know I was eating mushrooms.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, we're just about there. Moving it over to the big stove was
Good call.
good call. Good call.
Awesome.
So Paul, did you share what are some of the staples you need in your kitchen all the time? What are some things that are always stocked?
Potato, the same we've been mentioning, potatoes, onions, rice.
Right. Good one. Yeah. Always got to have rice.
We do a lot of things in the skillet, like we'll put like ground turkey and onions and vegetables, and then we'll eat that with potatoes or rice. So we go through a lot of like lean ground turkey. That's one of the only meats we eat.
Yeah. Yeah. For us, like tempeh is a big one just because we're vegetarians. Tofu.
Tempeh.
Yeah.
Tempeh's good.
Just kind of fun. We just kind of fun thing. Tofu maker, tofu press.
Oh, you make your own tofu.
We're making our own tofu.
We're making our own tempeh right now, which is fun too. But tofu, I feel like it's hard. Is it hard?
Some of them is you need, what I found out is you need like a coagulant, something to make it kind of come together. But with making this pumpkin seed tofu, oh my God, it's out of this world.
Pumpkin seed tofu.
Raw pumpkin seed tofu.
Sounds awesome.
It's the freaking bomb.
Nice.
Nice.
I saw in the comments somebody said canned beans.
Yes. Stephanie said canned beans. And that made me think I always have canned olives in my cupboard because I put them on my salad every night.
Yeah. Frozen vegetables are good to always have too. Frozen broccoli, green beans and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're back here. If you want to put us overhead, and I'm just going to say, hey, look,
Nice.
that has now reduced in about half. Okay, and what we're going to do, and you don't want to crush your mushrooms. Okay, so you have to be careful. But we're just adding in that flour milk mixture.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. We're going to let that again. We want that to boil slightly because that's what's going to help thicken that up really well.
Nice.
Smells good in here.
Oh, it smells amazing in here.
I bet.
Here, if you aren't actually working on this at home.
I mean, again, like comfort food. I made this at home. I was just like, it was a cold night, just eating this.
Yummy.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm assuming somebody here is Jacqueline's dad because she said, Dad, I'm going to make this tomorrow for dinner. I have to leave. Unfortunately, I have to be an adult and go to bed so I can get up at 5 for work. All right. Thanks for joining us, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good evening, Jacqueline. Thanks
Yes.
for joining
Bye,
us.
Marie.
Don't work too hard.
That is our foster daughter that we had for many, many moons.
Aw.
And so she still calls us mom and dad.
She's my old
Looks great, everyone.
That's so-
Bye, Marie.
Bye, Lexi. Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye, Jacqueline.
So
Bye, everyone.
You want to go back overhead real quick?
Boiling.
You can see how much thicker this is, right?
Yeah.
You can just see, I mean, you can see how thick that is by it's
like almost like a
sticking to the
gravy.
side. It's almost a gravy. Okay. And so we're going to let that thicken for 1 more minute. And then, so while you're working on this, pull out your sour cream. We want a quarter cup of sour cream. We're going to put that one in.
Can I do that now?
And I need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Can I do the sour cream?
You can do the sour cream.
Got the sour cream and the lemon juice.
Right.
Yeah, one of those.
Looks like ice cream.
It might taste a little different.
Okay. So
Nice.
we're gonna let that go in just there a little bit.
How much sour cream was that, everybody?
A quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
We're just gonna work that in.
It
And
doesn't
we're
taste
going-
like ice cream.
It doesn't taste like that. No, it does not. All right, I don't know how to open this one.
Oh, nice. Steph said you can make non-dairy sour cream using soaked cashews and non-dairy milk and a little vinegar in a blender.
You say soaked cashews or soaked cashews?
Soaked.
I
Don't soap them.
Wow,
I was like,
Stephanie, that's wild. Okay, we're doing 2
But the
tablespoons.
health benefit, so.
It'll clean you from the inside out, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, tablespoons of lemon juice.
And I use a brand called Green Valley because it's real sour cream with no lactose. I also, their cream cheese is amazing as well. And their yogurt.
Nice.
Mm.
This is looking excellent, I gotta say. Yeah. I almost forgot that we were gonna add the flour and the milk and everything. It just looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we really are, we're just gonna let that cook like it is, and we're waiting for the potatoes, which is why we wanted to start those first, right?
Yes, of course.
Probably getting close.
They are, I just went and checked on them and showed them the sour cream, and they are really close.
Awesome.
See our station here a little bit.
So Alex, you do OBOB at school, right?
yeah.
Can you explain what OBOB is?
You have to read 16 books and then
What does OBOB stand for first?
Oregon Battle of the Books. And you have to read 16 books, and then when you go to battles, it's up against another team, and you each take turns answering the questions. If you get the question right, you get 5 points. We maxed out the points today with 70 points, and the other team only got 0.
I just thought
Wow.
that was so cool. You read a bunch of books and then you get quizzed on those books and kind of battle each other.
And it's hard questions like, what's the name of the best friend for of the
character. And, yeah.
right, or what's the name of the brother of the best friend in the book?
Yeah. And you work as a team, right?
One of the questions was, one of the questions was, I forgot the book name, but it's like, oh wait, it was,
So like Snapdragon, there's a book called Snapdragon, and one of the questions about Snapdragon, well, what they do, they ask the question of, what is the spirit animal of Jax?
Okay.
Okay.
Jax is a fox.
Oh, sorry. Jax is the fox. In which book is Jax the fox the spirit animal for? I can't remember. What
I just had to ask Paul because you're a book lover, and I just feel like she's reading a lot of books. You know?
And there's content questions that's like, in this book, what is this? One of the questions was, in this book, what is the name of the dog?
I dropped my whisk in there. Don't drop your whisk in.
I think
Should we check on that baked potato yet? Then?
Let's check on that baked potato.
a petal.
Ooh, look at that.
Woo, it's all ready.
Yeah.
So he's checking kind of the pressure of the.
If you can squeeze that and it makes it slightly dented, that's about where you want it, okay?
Awesome.
Right.
And believe me, these, so like I can squeeze that, boom, and makes it slightly dented. We know that's right where you want it. We're gonna unwrap these real quick.
I'm also in a play. It's called Matilda, and it's going on in March.
That's awesome,
Played
Alex.
at the Liberty Theater. In fact, she is missing play rehearsal right now.
I'm actually one of the main characters. Her name is Amanda Tripp.
Ooh.
Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
And Suzanne said it's looking Suzanne said it's looking delicious. Thank you so much. Smells fabulous. Thanks, Suzanne.
Yeah, thank you. It looks awesome here too.
So I don't know how many people actually do potato bowls.
I'm gonna do this one.
I do them.
That one's mine.
Hold on.
Got the camera on.
Okay, we got the close-up camera on. We're just going to cut the top off, right? Be careful.
Oh, okay.
We're going to cut that top off.
Oh, interesting. Removing a layer.
Okay.
Oh, cool. All
And we're
right.
just going to pull out a spoon. You want to grab me a bowl or something that we can.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to scoop out the inside of that, right?
But you're leaving a pretty good shell, it looks like.
Yeah, I just broke my shell.
Be careful not to, I suppose.
I'm
right?
trying to be careful not to.
That's okay. It'll still taste good.
It'll still taste good, and I just broke my shell. Holy cow.
Oops.
I probably should have left
And
these
then,
in
you know,
just
if the shell breaks, you
more
throw some
minutes.
butter and sour cream in there, and now you have a baked potato on the sides.
Yeah.
There's no losing here. Everybody wins.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to do another one here real quick.
Okay, stop. Stop.
You can also cut that in a little bit. Helps it get out just a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
And again, we're going to just scoop some of that out.
And you also have some baked potato to eat.
Yeah, you can mash that.
The inside.
Yeah.
Is delicious. Yeah, mash it up.
Be careful, your potato is hot, so you know I can't.
Of course.
On one hand.
Yeah.
Exactly. Too much.
Okay, you guys ready to plate?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sorry, everybody. Lynn sent a message that she's asking, please, before we end, can someone clarify the green potato theory? The
I don't
green,
know such a thing.
the green potato theory? I'm not
Lynn, you
sure.
might have to speak up and tell us what you're talking about.
Sure is.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble. I was told that green potatoes kind of have green on the bottom that you don't eat, that you better get rid of those. They're poisonous.
Huh. I've heard that about the potato chips. I don't know if there's any actual, Stephanie, do you know if there's any documentation on that actually being right?
I've heard
Yes.
that. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. It's something in the soil that causes a toxin in the potatoes. It doesn't ruin the whole potato. You can cut it out, but it's not recommended. So just better safe than sorry. If the potato has any green on it, you discard it.
Okay, I wanted to clear that up.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Steph.
Good,
And-
thanks
and
for
just so
asking.
you know, some random person isn't throwing health info at us. Steph you're a dietitian, right, Steph, at OSU?
Right.
That's
So-
really good. That's better than Google by far.
Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Steph.
right. So here we are. You can see this potato bowl. I don't know if you want to get this over here just a little bit.
And that's the extra.
Thanks, Joshua. Joshua's leaving us. You have a good night, man.
Bye,
Thanks,
Josh.
Everybody, thanks for the fun.
Take
Okay,
care.
I just need a ladle, a spoon. Here we go.
Go.
All right. Oh, I forgot. Oh, goodness, I forgot the parsley. You can't forget the parsley, right? We're just going to put the parsley in on top of the soup, but we're going to dish these in just like that. The bigger your potato, the more of a potato bowl you have. Okay.
And even if it falls apart,
Even
it's
if it
all
falls
gonna
apart.
mix together anyway. So
Sure.
Yep. You got another plate there. Yeah. So the potatoes probably could have done another 5 to 10 more minutes because
To
that
get a little firmer.
get a little firm, get the edges a little bit harder, and
that's live TV.
but
for
you know, whatever. We're going to do that, and we're going to put that over the top of our potatoes.
And Steph just posted a link, I think, about the green potatoes.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course, I have some parsley. We're just going to put some parsley on top.
Nice.
And if you mashed the potatoes, I added some to the side.
Great, yeah.
Boom. It's ready to eat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, awesome. Andrea said Alex also loves the book craft club at the Coos Bay Library every month. The
Yes. It is
library has some great programs. Thanks, Andrea.
this month and next month we're working on light up shoes.
Yes, I've seen my coworker working on that. It's pretty awesome. It took her a while to figure it out herself. And Renee said this was so much fun to watch and be part of. I'm looking forward to eating my potato and soup. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us, Renee.
And Tim just put in a bowl. I mean, you can eat this just as a bowl, but you know, what fun is that? Just doing
Just some different options, but you're right. Great potato, might as well.
we're just putting it in a bowl. And I just put some parsley on the top of it. Boom.
Nice.
If you have raw stuff on your hands, I suggest washing them like I did.
Yeah, no,
Always.
that's a good idea, Alex. Stacy, did you say you used a sweet potato?
That's a cool idea.
How did that turn out?
I think she signed off right as I was asking her. I didn't really understand her comment. She said, "Yummy, thanks. Like sweet potatoes too."
I can see that working. Yeah.
And Stephanie said, "Wilt in some fresh spinach for extra nutrition." Of course she did.
Yeah. Have some vegetables on the side or a salad on the side.
Yeah, you can add some garlic, you know, that makes it.
Oh, Cindy said she used a sweet potato as well and it was delicious. So
Yeah, cool.
there's
And then-
another healthier alternative.
And obviously, if you have pictures, Paul, we'd love to see them, right?
Yes. Oh gosh, I forgot to say, if you all have pictures of your plated meals, please take a picture before you eat it and email to me. You all have my email in your Zoom confirmation. But we would
you.
love to see pictures and post them on social media and whatnot.
See pictures,
All
yeah.
right. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It was nice meeting everyone.
That's
Bye.
okay,
I
Cindy. I hope
signed
you
up to
enjoyed.
your YouTube, so I'm your newest subscriber.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right.
Lynn.
Bye.
People are saying thanks. It was interesting. And Steph said, yes, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index and beta carotene. Starla said, this was fun. I'm glad I was able to join tonight. Learned several things tonight. Paprika, who knew? Thanks. It wasn't just me and Tim. And what a treat to see a parent teaching and Stephanie answering questions in real time. Love it. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully it's delicious. I'm sure it will be.
Yes.
Hey guys, all look here.
And it goes well with wine, guys.
I bet it does. Red wine, right?
Red. Thanks for the tip. It looks really good. I'll send you a photo.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Thanks everybody for coming.
Thank
Let's
you.
do this again sometime, Tim.
Yes,
Judith-
definitely. Judith said, thanks. Too late for our picks. Sam and his lovely assistant were great. Mary said, thanks. It was fun and interesting. I want to learn more tips and tricks. Join us next month. We'll have more. Think I'm
Yeah, we come back every month. We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Steph. Thanks so much. Is anybody still cooking along? Because we have a no cook left behind philosophy and we just want to make sure everybody's finished the meal.
We'll wait
Thanks,
for you and help you out if we need to.
Penn said, thank you. Can't wait to eat. My potatoes aren't quite done. All right. Enjoy, Penn.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's probably the hardest part about this is making sure that potato gets where you need it to.
timing
At
it
the
up
exact same time your soup's done.
But you know, with soup, you can like leave it simmering maybe while you're waiting for the baked potato.
Well, I was thinking too, you could just throw the potato in like 20 minutes earlier and then just stop it a few minutes earlier, leave it in the oven so it stays nice and hot, you know?
That's good too, yeah.
I found a piece of cooked potato.
Good for you.
Enjoy it, yeah.
Okay.
Alex, have you tried the soup? Thanks, Suzanne. Enjoy.
But not this soup, not yet.
There you go. Try some of that right there.
Yes, we need to know how that tastes. Right from the chef.
It's hot.
It tastes good.
Nice.
Awesome. Good job.
There's an employee who, one of our employees here said how good this soup looked. Can I make sure that that bowl gets to him? Nice. We'll split it maybe, you know.
No, there's still about one more bowl left in there.
Yeah. Gotta make sure Alan gets some.
Yeah, I'll eat some of that.
I get hungry.
Yes. Feed the crew by all means.
And then
Thanks, you
there's
guys.
one
That was
more-
awesome.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul.
I'm pretty sure that plate's for my dad.
No, Tim can have that. Well,
What will you eat?
I'll eat something.
Oh, no, we're gonna put this up with more in there. It'll be enough for everybody.
You try it, Dad.
You can take some of this one.
Okay, go for it.
Delicious.
That's on you.
I can get a little more sauce on there if you want. That's-
Little more. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.